well done, guys. Rassie, just your general take on the game, if you don't mind, and then also just speaking a little bit about, how it was to end the year like this and, what you achieved this year.
Yeah, I think overall, if I can answer a few questions, somewhere in one answer. I think for us, having a new attack and defence coach of the World Cup, attack and defence, the only two things you can do in a game, apart from if the ball's kicked. And we got two fresh coaches in, and the way the players, I thought, adapted to that, and those coaches slotted into our management team. We satisfied, obviously, with the scoreboard, but we're also satisfied with the year in total. And I think tonight it was a nice dominant performance by us, but still, you make so many changes, you're going to lack the final finishing stuff. But yes, I thought the effort that the guys put out there, it's an old cliche, but we're always happy when that happens. And I think we must sometimes just give the players a lot of credit, because sometimes they must take things on board when you're just chopping and changing. And it's not always easy, because it's a test cap. That sometimes they don't play, and they handle that, and then we finish as a group of probably 60 that has trained with us, and this one is for all of them.
52 players used over the course of the year. How much is that?
Yeah, I think the number is probably with you 52, but it's more important that how those players slot in and how we didn't really lose a lot of momentum, which probably I thought would have been the case. Then that's why I'm saying with to attack and defence goes new and chopping and changing. I think we did lose rhythm at game at times, but for Siya and all the other guys who were captains during this year, I think how they pulled the team and stayed together, I think that was really important.
Rassie, a word on Fassi. We know he's the weekend special. How do you look at his general game and the things he need to work on for him was away and just come back this season in the back?
I think if you finish that first try, it would have been nice. No, I'm joking. No, I think it's definitely 2-3 years ago, the chat was, listen, Apelele's got everything, but when it comes to the physical edge, or maybe on defense, and also when maybe going into a breakdown, and he took the criticism on the chin and worked on it, and I think he doesn't lost his flair. Are we trying to keep that in the game? He's brilliant in the air now, and guys around him help him really a lot, and the coaches obviously. And then Damian Willems is there in the mix, and Willie is helping, and I think it's good competition, but I also think he took a little bit of a beating in the beginning on the physical side, and I think he's not doing it anymore. I think he's a very rounded off player now.
Siya, first of all, it's a pleasure. I just want to say, as a black man, I think you're a great role model. You make us extremely proud. You've led this team so well for so many years, and now you've ended the year again with the Prince William and as world #1. How proud do you think your younger self would be of the man that we see here sitting in front of us today, Lord Regime?
Thank you. I think I'm so lucky with the kind of leaders we have in the group, and I think the way our head coach has set up the group and making sure that everybody amongst the group is a leader, everybody's in charge of something, which take the pressure away from me. I only have to deal with my part of the game. When other people talk, I keep quiet and listen as well. So I'm obviously really proud of what we've achieved as a team, and without the other leaders in the group honestly wouldn't be here, and the coach that backs us on the field. And I'm really happy with how we've ended. And younger me, there's no ways I would have thought I would be here today, but I'm grateful that I am. That's why it's always special when we're part of this group. It's our last one today. It's been a really tough week because we have to wait 7 more months, and we have to go fight again in our unions to try and make the team again. It's really a special group of players. It's really a special environment that every guy that comes in, he doesn't want to leave, So we're enjoying it as much as we can, and while learning, while growing at the same time.
Stephen?
Rassie, can you please give me your thoughts on how Jordan, Jordan,
Yeah, I think Jordan did exactly what we expected from him. I think he really took control. I think obviously playing with his brother helps a lot, and having that settled back line left and right of him with I mean, Apelele, I think, is the only one that didn't go to a World Cup. I think that helped a lot, and I think the dominance of the forwards helped a lot. But I think decision making was good. Here and there, didn't find touch, but would rather not find touch than just kicking the ball out just here. So we like what we see in him. He's definitely calm enough now. It's his second Test match. He's definitely among Mani and Andre and Sasha and Damien and Siya. I think the depth is good, and we are proud of those two and happy for them as a family.
Rassie Erasmus from Brave Sports. Just to read it out, back-to-back world champions, 11 wins out of 13 games, the Rugby Championship, and an unbeaten Autumn Nation Series. I'd just love to hear how that reads out compared to what the goals were really as you met the group for the first time going into the season, and how you reflect upon that.
So it's obviously nice to for the team to have achieved that. I think always my worry in the beginning of the season, when sort of planned the thing in my head, was how will the players take the swapping in and out and building and accepting that we're not 25 players, 26 players, but we're 50 plus. And I was not sure if they would understand, the senior guys or the older guys, that they would we would probably make their careers longer if they don't play every single Test match every week and give the younger guys chance. So that was my worries internally that I've sort of fought with in my head. But I think when we were honest with the guys in the beginning, and we actually said, those who doesn't want to buy into this, unfortunately, then you can't be part of the group. And so with that sort of gamble in my heart that I thought, will this work? Then those results means a lot.
Rassie, that's a young Wales side out there today. What did you make of how Wales played?
Yeah. They're such a gutsy team, and I can more talk about the Welsh people and teams. I was the first guy who lost the game here at the stadium in the South African Springbok jersey, and I missed a tackle on Taylor. I'll never forget it. And since then, I've always thought, these guys are tough, these guys are... And again today, they could have fly down when we were, I don't know how many points up, and we were going hard at them, and we were really trying to smash them. I know the scoreboard is, I don't know, 25 points or whatever, but the Welsh players are gutsy. You guys are gutsy people, and I don't know what behind the scenes must get right, but I know Warren is a great coach, and I know your players' talent. And today again, why didn't they just leave us and go to 50-60? The last try. They always hang in there, but for a team who's got 14 caps average, against a team that I think 45 caps average, it was, there's some solid guys in there.
Rassie, sorry, a general question. In Changing the Sand, you speak about fixing transformation. Can you speak on how transformation changed the Springboks, let's say from the years that you played?
Oh, well, the answer is not too long, but for us, transformation, Afrikaans, I brought Afrikaans word in there now, he doesn't even know Afrikaans. No, for us, transformation is we have to change things. And if we change things, then the composition of the team, and it's sometimes you look at the overall picture at the end of the year of how many players played, and then you'll do the data and the stats and even the tackles and non-tackles, and you go and so for us now it's normal with how we are, and sometimes you'll see a lot of players on the team. We represent almost every province and every culture, and sometimes there's a lot of Bulls players or Stormont players, and sometimes we rest players. So I think for us in South Africa now, we as media and as people in the rugby sense is all over the transformation. We've changed already. We don't want to change anymore. We just want to get better. We want to do everything try and do it better as a coach, as a captain, how we attack, how we defend, how we plan a week, how we travel. And for us, that's what transformation meant. Change everything. And I think if you change everything, then the actual transformation and cultures and those things will look after itself. And we're proud of that.
Rassie, physicality is something you guys, pride yourself on. It's your sort of strength, I guess. It's an area that Wales are perhaps struggling in to get the go forward, to win those collisions. How do you think they can go about changing that and getting an improvement in that area?
Yes, you see what they did to Siya there on the touchline,
Come on, man.
and what they did to Eben, if you go and look at individual efforts, and they had suddenly line speed on defense, which we didn't expect, and it's young guys. I mean, I don't know every one of them personal, but that wasn't a walk in the park. I mean, we got 3 injuries on Elrich, ribs. Eben's back. Wilco's got a swollen eye. Who's the other guy that came off? Jasper with, I think he also got a rib. So they smashed us today, and it took a hell of a lot of hard work from us. So they don't lack. Wales is not a team that lacks on physicality. They have it. We've always said it. You can go back and look in the records. For us, we find them a very physical team.
Steven?
Rassie, you mentioned those injuries. Can you just give us a rundown on how serious they are? And obviously there's quite anxiety involved in the first half.
Doc is currently busy assessing them. I think nothing is obviously Elrich's rib. I think a rib takes time. Yassi, I think, got a stinger on his shoulder. Now I remember, it wasn't his rib. A stinger on his shoulder, that always tells you in the next 3-4 days how that reacts. Eben's lower back got sore, we didn't see a point in letting him grind it out for another 40 minutes. All the Wilds boys were really going hard at him when he had the ball. And other injuries was just cuts and bruises and so on. Lots of bruises.
Rassie, you've got to be at the World Rugby Awards tomorrow. If you were to pick any one of those, like picking your favorite child, I wouldn't know those 3.
No, I wish our whole team could be, and the management team and the coaches and the assistant coaches. SA Rugby, we've been on SA Rugby. When I was outside as a Stormers coach and everything, you always look critical at an organisation, and the players at the end of the day is the most important. But the structures in SA Rugby, with the players that come through for EPD systems and scouting players and helping players and moving players around, that doesn't have all the privileges. At the end of the day, it started in 2013, and today it's for us easy to pick players because SA Rugby, I don't know, on a financial front and those kind of things, I'm not involved there, but the player pool and how they bring players through. I can just say thank you for SA Rugby, and then for the 3 guys that came, not maybe all through that system, I hope one of them win it. And also very proud of the guys who's in the team, and hopefully Sasha can also do something there on the young player side, but we always do everything as a team, so I wouldn't like to mention that.
Okay, we can take about 2 more questions.
Rassie, just a comment on Cameron Hanna-Corbin and his debut, and the real progress he's had to make, and to really get that nod. We all know how competitive the loose forward and maybe number 8 position is. Just a comment on his debut and his progress to get here.
Yeah, I think what was really pleasing is to see first line-out. He contested, he won the ball on their line-out. He definitely did the mechanical side of things really well, and I know he knocked on a ball and they tackled one out of him when he was carrying a bit high, but that's how you learn. I mean, again, it was against a Welsh team that's struggling to find their feet and a little bit in a dip now, but still he could, if you ask him now. It's a level up from franchise rugby to play test match rugby, and I thought it was a decent debut, and we'll celebrate that tonight with him. But I'm happy he made on a technical side line-outs and those things. He was really solid, but I think after tonight he'll realise, like everybody, when you go to test match level, it's a little bit more like that.
Lloyd, last question.
Yeah, Rassie, just on the players and going back to their clubs now. I mean, are they going to go straight into playing, or will guys like Siya get a bit of time off? How's that going to work?
We've got obviously with our union, my players. There's there's a plan on when players get rested, and that's addressed with the franchises, and it's worked out, and how they do it with the Sharks. You know, we just know we have to follow the protocol there, and I'm not exactly sure. We know what the Japanese guys, when they're going back, but each franchise knows what windows they have to rest the players and how many weeks they have to rest the players. So every single player is almost different.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.